All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Con, let me just check the stream real quick, make sure we rolling. All right, yeah, we on. All right. Hey, shalom, shalom, Makim. All right, we the brothers here, of course, from Great Millstone, Atlanta, with another video. Of course, before we get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. All right, double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, salutations, much love to the elect of Israel that's scattered around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make the calling of election sure. Shalom to you and your families. You know, Salaki, man, we've been we've been down on our main page as far as streams. You know, we had got a strike, so now we back. You know, we're gonna get the streams back up and rolling. But tonight, we want to go in the spirit. There's gonna be more so a spiritual lesson. That we want to put out there to help feed the elect on how we shall seek King David in the latter days. And one thing about it is that's a prophecy. Okay, that's a prophecy. It was 2018. Apostle Tahar coined it as the year of prophecy. Okay, and one of the prophecies written of in the scriptures is that King David will be joined unto the tabernacle of David in the latter days. Now, whether Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai actually raises up King David in the times going forward in the flesh, or whether he raises him up to be in the chariot, the scriptures does speak on us being joined to King David. And that's something that we got to really believe in the spirit of faith, in these times. And we got to seek, King David as we seek Yahweh Shai. Now, the apostles and elders had the opportunity, to be around King Masha, which through the spirit, they said that King Masha is King David. Now, in the spirit, if you're in the right spirit, you're going to believe that as well. Okay? Because these are the men that's guiding us and leading us in the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai in the latter days. So we at times we won't have those personal testimonies that they have, but we have to believe that those records and the things that they declare to us in the spirit is true. Okay? Because they profit not by lying to the flock of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Okay? So you got to believe that in your spirit wholeheartedly, and then you have to follow down that path as the apostles laid for us in the spirit, as King David, which is King Masha, High Priest Ariah, and the men before them have laid for them. They lay in that same path for us, and we have to follow in that path. Okay, so in these times, man, through the spirit, Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai could work a great wonder, and bring back King David in the flesh. Okay, but that's left to be determined. We're not saying that that's going to happen. Right. It would make sense for King David to be joined to the tabernacle of David to witness the coming of Yahweh Shai. Okay, so you got it out.
Yep, this is the book of Hosea, chapter 3. I'm starting at 4. This is for the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king.
Right. So the scriptures say that the children of Israel shall abide many days without a king. All right. And that's going into that period where the gross darkness had covered the earth. Okay. Well, we didn't have a leader or a strong foundation in the spirit. After Yahweh Shai went back to the spirit world, that was the house of Israel began to pretty much crumble. Okay. Yeah. Now you had the apostles and the men of Yahweh Shai that were established, and they went around and established the churches. But then there came a great falling away, and we dwelt many years abiding without a king. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and without a prince, and without a sacrifice, and without an image, and without an ephod, and without a teraphim.
That's right, and that goes into that whole transatlantic period where we had no foundation. We didn't have a name. We didn't have an image. We didn't have a memorial. We knew not our nationality. We didn't know our motherland. We didn't know our language. Okay, we knew nothing about ourselves. Okay, that prophecy has already been fulfilled. Okay, now we've been rejoined to Hamashiach Yahweh Shai in the spirit in these latter times to be able to declare these prophecies to the world. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Verse 5. Afterward shall the children of Israel return and seek the Lord their power and David their king.
That's right. So you see what? You see brothers giving diligence now to make their calling of election sure, because why? They seeking the Lord power. Yahweh Bashem Awashai. They trying to please, we trying to please him in all of our ways. We trying to go hard. We doing streams at 11 o'clock at night, you know, early in the morning, all throughout the wee hours of the night. Okay. Praying, fasting, you know, keeping the high holy days to the best of our abilities, the Sabbaths, you know, in the spirit of fellowshipping, reading, studying. All right, because we seeking after our Lord power. All right, but it says also we're gonna seek after who, bro?
It says seek the Lord their power and David their king.
That's right. So we believe in the spirit that King David is our king, which that's King Masha, okay, which was a part of the old school in One West, which we know, okay, we're not speaking from a perspective of you know, where we had a personal encounter with King Masha. We speaking through the spirit of faith.
Right. Yep.
The same way we speak on Yahweh Shah. We haven't seen him. Right. You know, that like the scripture say, how believe ye this man, having not seen him. You know, having not seen, we believe, you know. So that's the same thing when it comes down to King David. Even though we have not seen King Masha, we don't know him, we don't have personal encounters and experiences and memories of him, but we do wholeheartedly believe that in our spirit that's King David. And they say we're gonna seek him. Go ahead.
It says, and shall fear the Lord and his goodness in the latter days.
That's right. And that's what we doing. We seeking the king, we seeking Yahweh Bashem Awashai, King David, and we fearing the Lord and his goodness in the latter days. So this is something that's actually happening now. Okay.
That's right.
So in the spirit, you know, we should be in that spirit. If we building up the tabernacle of David, we're supposed to be expecting Yahweh Bashem Awashai to reconnect us with King David as he's going to reconnect us with himself.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, because I want to say,
yeah, because like I say, like, you know, Lord willing, we're gonna hit the scripture in Zechariah. But if we as men are building the tabernacle of David, it would make sense that the Lord would bring King David into the picture at some point. Right. Even though he was in the earth, he had to go back to the spirit world for a particular time. They said he was going to seek him, so he had to be taken away. Right, he had to be brought back to basically for prophecy's sake, man.
Yeah, hey, you know. Hey, just like to add to what the brother's saying, how are we going to seek anything that's not made manifest?
Right.
You know, there had to be something, some type of remnant left behind for us to seek after. Right. How would we seek Yahweh Shai if we didn't have the comfort? You know, how would we seek King David, our king, if he didn't come in the flesh? Okay. So that's why we seeking after him, because we believe what the scriptures say, and ultimately the spirit is revealing that's our king, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know?
Yeah, and hey, you know, we've been without a king for so long. Right. You know, the Lord took away his name. Okay, the Lord took away, you know, basically the knowledge, you know, prior to the 60s, you know, no one knew that they were, well, with the exception of a few, you know, but the knowledge of Israel wasn't out there, you know, like that, you know. And hey, Israel needs a king, man. We need, you know, someone over us bad, because the leaders, you look at the people that are positioning themselves to be leaders amongst Israel today, and they're through.
That's right.
You know,
yeah, the scriptures say the leaders of my people cause them the air. Okay. But don't the scriptures speak about the tabernacle of David, and the kingdom of David had waxed strong, the kingdom of Saul had waxed weak. Yep. So we following after a king that had established, you know, world dominance. Okay, that had taken down his enemies, you know, and brought about the glory of Israel, you know, through his son, King Solomon, was that Yahweh Shai. So we seeking after that same power seat, man. You know, in these latter times. And one thing I will say, and this is me personally, you know, I don't hear these other camps speaking on King David, the tabernacle of David. You hear them talk about the house of David, but you don't hear them really go into it, push it. You know,
yeah.
If the scriptures say that they're gonna seek David their king, okay, then how are you seeking David? You know, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a good indication of who the elect is. because the elect is going to be talking about, you know, the King David, all right, coming back. You know, we just read it in Hosea. You know, so that's a characteristic of what the elect is gonna cover. You know, and Great Millstone, we constantly talk about King David, and like the brother said, these other camps. You know, me personally, I haven't heard, you know, any instances of them bringing up King David, right? You know,
even if I could say, even with King Mashah, really, it was our apostles, elders that really put that footage out there, man. You know, these other camps wasn't really, you know, these guys that go back to the old school, you know, in One West, they wasn't putting out the clips of a High Priest Ariah and King Mashah. Our apostles, elders did that,
That's right?
You know, so I go to show you right there who's really in that lot, man. Who's really of the Tabernacle of David?
That's right, brother.
You know,
that's right. I got something real quick. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 8. It says, "For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck and will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve the Lord their power and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them."
Yeah, who the Most High will raise up unto them, man. All right, after the captivity is accomplished, you know, when a prophecy starts flowing, you know, and the tables turn, Lord say He gonna raise up David, man. You know, meaning what? Bring him back, like Talisman said, whether it's whether He manifests actually in the flesh in these times, or whether He raised him up in a chariot, you know, because the scriptures say that what's that? 1 Thessalonians 5, I believe. 4, yeah, it say those that died in faith, we shall meet them in the air. So however the Lord gonna do it, we know that it's definitely gonna be a game changer, man. Yeah, you know, and it's going to help to verify, confirm who the Tabernacle of David is, man.
That's right.
You know,
that's right, brother. Because if King David was to actually be raised in this particular realm, you know, then he's going to join himself to a particular group of men. They got the testimony of Yahweh Shah. Yeah. Okay, and that's going to be a clear indicator of who the Spirit is working with, if that were to take place. Okay, and I want to get that word raise up in Jeremiah 30. That word there is quam. It says listen to this. It says to rise, arise, stand, rise up, stand up. It says, I'm gonna go down to this quick definition. It says, become powerful, come on the scene.
Yeah. Come on the scene. That's bad right there. Come on the scene, man. So we always say this is we always like sound like a broken record. We always say this is a movie, man. And King David is about to make his appearance, man. Like you're watching the movie, like you know, you're watching the movie, and all of a sudden he just pops up. Yeah, the crowd starts going crazy. You know, everybody's screaming. You know, that's what's about to happen, man. King David is about to make a scene. He's about to make his grand appearance, man.
Yep. Hey, well, you know, when the Lord anointed David through the Spirit, you know, King David was always there on the battlefield with Israel, fighting them wars with the Tabernacle of David, handling business. So when these nations and these other, Edomites and all this war start popping off out here, hey, the Spirit could raise up King David in this time to help fight us, you know, get us through this last go round, man.
Makes sense.
As Moses, because King David. King David is Moses in the reincarnation. Okay, and did not Moses lead us through the wilderness? Yeah. He fought against the Egyptians, for the children of Israel. So it would make sense. Okay, now like the brother saying, now we just putting it out there on the record. We ain't saying that's the case. Like right. We know 100% sure that the Lord is going to raise up King David in these times, but we do know that we're going to be joined to King David. We're going to actually behold the king sitting on the throne with Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, man. Okay? Right. So this thing is developing, all right? And for us brothers that claim to be of the spirit of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, and we claim to be building upon the Tabernacle of David, well, you got to believe that this is a strong possibility living in these times too, Akim. Okay? Faith is everything, man. Okay? remember, some things, you know, the scriptures say what? Flesh and blood have not revealed it. For instance, when Yahushua asked Peter, he asked him, he said, who sayest thou that I am? Peter, son of Bar-Jonah. And he said, thou art the Son of Man. And then he said, thou hast said well. He said,
the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, he said, flesh and blood have not revealed it to you, but my Father which is in heaven have revealed it to you. So you got to believe in the spirit that King Mashal was King David, and that there is a strong possibility that Yahweh Basham Shah will raise him up in the latter days to get us through this final onslaught, man. Okay? Through faith, man, the possibilities is limitless, man.
Right.
You just got to believe that the possibilities are there, you know, and you got to push forward in building, you know. You want to say something?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's all based upon faith, man. I mean, it's not a direct scripture that says, okay, I see it says King Masha. You know, I see, you know, this links it directly to, you know what I'm saying? It's not, it's not going to be laid out like that, man. You know, the scriptures, it's only meant for the elect to get anyway. You know, we know people are not going to get it. People are going to just, you know, shake their head and look at us like we're crazy, but it's all based upon faith, man, because King David got to be somebody. Yeah. You know, like, where yet, man?
Yeah, like the apostles was saying in the live stream that they did on the closing out the Passover, they said you got certain Christian factions that, you know, say that certain individuals are King David, you know. But so who do you other Israelites, who do you believe is King David?
Right.
You know, who do you believe is King David that the Lord is going to raise up in the latter times? Okay, remember it says to come on the scene, or to arise, to stand, to be confirmed. It says to be made powerful. So who is King David this king that the Lord is going to rise to you other Israelites, man?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, and the reason why they're not going to answer that question is because either number one, they either couldn't stand King Masha and they did bad things to him, or two, they don't believe. Which would make them not of the tabernacle of David, man. Okay, because you got the apostles and the elders that have the records of interacting with King Masha. They knew him personally. They, you know, and they were there with him. And like I said, I'm not speaking on the point in which I'm acting like I was there, because I wasn't there. Right. You know, but through the spirit, the apostles and the elders been breaking down these prophecies, going into the history, going into words, going into the understanding of the scriptures. So why would they have a reason to fabricate that? Okay, the Lord set them up to lead us out of here, man. So certain things that they do declare in the spirit, you got to have that spiritual filter in order to receive it, man.
Yep.
Okay, because a lot of guys don't know how to receive spiritual things. They need a text, right? They need they need a letter laid out. You know, if they don't have that letter, they don't have the text, then they can't perceive things spiritually, man. All right, and that's why the scriptures tell you that the word is spiritually discerned, man. Okay, right. I'm gonna read this one more time, then you got it. This is Jeremiah 30:9. It says, "But they shall serve the Lord their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them." And that means the word "raise" means "quam" in the Hebrew, which means to come on the scene. So regardless of if the Lord raises him up in the flesh to be joined back into us, which that's a strong possibility, or if the Lord you know, raises him up in the latter times on the chariot, regardless of the fact of the matter, the tabernacle of David will be joined to King David. Right. And we seeking him in these latter times by building the tabernacle of David through our labors, through the work. That's right. Okay, you got it right. Yeah,
you can go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. This is Amos 9:11. "And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins and will build it as in the days of old." Yeah, we're in that time. You know, just like basically, you know, we're going into is how the tabernacle of David is going to be restored. Right here in my Bible, where it says close up the breaches, that means to repair, you know. So that is being repaired, you know, and David will come on the scene, you know, one way or another, you know, whether it's, you know, physical or you know, whether it's physically, right, maybe in the time of Jacob's trouble or
right.
We don't know. Hey, that's the beauty of it.
It
is just waiting to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all brothers got it.
That's right.
Yeah. Those same men that was of the tabernacle of David. In the ancient world, they back again today, man. We always bring out the scripture in was that Sirach 27, how the truth always returns to them that practice in her.
Mm-hmm.
So those that was back then on the battlefield with King David, all his mighty men, his priests, because King David had a council. He had the priests, he had the counselors, he had the judges.
That's right.
The mighty men, all those men are back on earth today, man.
That's it.
And
in their respective lots.
In their respective lot, and they're spiritually building their house.
Yeah, and in their spirits, they believe that King David is going to be joined back into them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's right.
So hey, man, it's getting to a point to where the Lord is going to start to require brothers to use more spirituality, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
that's right. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have to be a lot more spiritual in these coming times, man, because the Blue Letter Bible and these books, they're gonna be done away with, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the word gonna have to be within you so you can spiritually discern what the word is saying. Okay. For instance, during the Greek period when Antiochus came down on Israel, what did it say? It says that they burned the books of the law. So they took all the writings of the scriptures and they burned them, the scrolls. They burned them. Okay. You ain't gonna have access to the internet to where you're gonna be able to Google search certain scriptures and things of that nature. So now this is the time we in the time to do what? Get this word and let it resonate with our spirit so we can spiritually discern what the spirit is telling us in the latter times.
Right.
All right. And through the spirit, notice that the apostles did that video on King Masha and being raised up. It say King Masha shall rise up. Hey, well, that's the spirit, man. Because King Masha is Moses in the reincarnation, and Moses was the one that get us out of the Passover. And they were speaking on that during the Passover.
Yes,
okay. So we got to be able to spiritually discern what the spirit is saying. Even with why does Apostle Tahar always run into High Priest Ariah? Okay. So all of these things is it's not just there, for the F of it, man.
Right.
The Lord is strategically setting up the path of men's steps for a particular reason to bring about these prophecies, man. Okay, it's a lot. This Bible is the testimony of Yahweh Shai is a testimony of prophecy. It ain't just about only about the missiles and the chip and these are the major prophecies that we should be focused on. But it's the prophecies that go into King David being raised up. So these prophecies can't be looked at as if they hold no merit, because they're very important. Right. And the Lord is as he's setting up World War III, he's also setting up the other prophecies to come to pass, man. So we have to spiritually discern what the spirit is telling us. Okay, you got it, bro.
That's right. Just to land back off your brother's point, you brought out Amos 9:11. Now this is I want to read this from the book of Haggai, which this really applies to the temple that was being rebuilt back then during the time of the Persian and Medes, but it could very well apply now. All right, this is Haggai 2 in verse 9. Just get to the point. It says, well, actually, I start at 7. It says, and I will shake all nations, and the desire of all nations shall come, and I will fill this house with glory, saith the Lord of hosts. It says, verse 8, it says, the silver is mine and the gold is mine, saith the Lord of hosts. Verse 9, and the glory of the latter house shall be greater than of the former. Which spiritually, that's talking about the temple.
Yeah, the second temple.
Yeah, the second temple. But you can apply that to the house of David too. Yeah, right. It's going the glory that the men under, of course, under Yahweh Shai, King David. The glory that's going to be upon us, Lord, going to be the men. It's going to be, man. It's going to blow people's mind, man. And that's the time. That's time that we're coming into. Yep. It says, I'll finish it off. It says, the glory of the latter house shall be greater than of the former, saith the Lord of hosts. And in this place will I give peace, saith the Lord of hosts. You know, yeah. So hey, basically, the Spirit of the Lord is going to rest upon the tabernacle of David, man. You know, Brother Bishop Tazwan quoted how the house of David's wax the stronger.
Yep.
You know, the house of Saul wax weaker. What you got Israelites that's of the house of Saul, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they back on earth. You know, it's that same that tug of war. You know, you read in Samuel's first, second Samuel, that same storyline is that beef.
Yep.
You know, that feud is still on earth, man.
That's right, bro.
You know, so we know we waiting on David to come, man.
Yep.
You know,
I got something real quick. Going into the glory of the latter house, which the latter house of David is the spiritual tabernacle.
Yeah, right.
This is Revelation chapter 21, and I'm gonna start at verse 2. It says, "And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Most High out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men." So the tabernacle of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is the tabernacle of David. Okay, which the brother Gamal brought out how he's going to raise the tabernacle, raise the ruins of the tabernacle of David in the latter times, and we shall be joined unto King David and serve him. You know, all of these things are going to come to pass. In what type of way the Lord is going to bring it, that's yet to be determined. But we have to spiritually discern what the Holy Spirit is laying upon our spirits. Okay, this is heavy stuff, brothers. Okay, and the Lord is going to do certain things that's out of the normal comprehension of the flesh that's going to increase our faith. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
So we have to prepare ourselves and prepare our mind to witness the majesty and the glory and the prophecies of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, because we're going to behold things that we've never seen with the carnal eye, with the naked eye.
That's right. Yeah.
So in order to receive that in the spirit, you got to be of the spirit. You can't be of the flesh. You can't limit Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai and put him in the box. Okay. You gotta, hey, I'm gonna say it like this. In the truth, you gotta use your imagination, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You want to say something on that?
Yeah. You know, and the apostles always say that. You know, when you read the scriptures, you want to actually visualize it. You know what I'm saying? Because this thing isn't just like a textbook. You know, there's so many parables and so many deep understandings.
Yes.
That you actually, like the brother said, you gotta this brother did a class regarding the kingdom. When you are reading scriptures regarding to the kingdom, you got to use your imagination. You know, you got to actually, have a vision. A vision. You know, the scriptures also say, where there's no vision, the people perish. You know, so that vision is key, and you got to be spiritual to actually grasp these concepts. Like you said, you can't put the Most High in a box, man.
Yeah,
all these things are very, very possible. And as you know, anyone that understands, the spirit of the Lord, the Lord likes to throw curveballs. So best believe there's gonna be something that's gonna catch everyone off guard.
Yeah, it's gonna make a lot of you Israelites have a sense of guilt for all this shit that you've been talking about, the apostles and elders and the true labors of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, man. You know, I'm gonna finish up this precept, then I'm gonna toss it over to Ratazah. This is Revelation 21:2. Slaka, verse 3, it says, "Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them and be their power." Okay, so the Heavenly Father is even gonna be with us, man. Okay, Yahweh is going to be with us. Yahweh Shai is going to be with us, and King David. Okay, which King David is our spiritual, is our physical king. Yahweh Shai is our spiritual king. Okay, and through those two men, the kingdom of Israel is going to be established under the order of Yahweh. Okay, so we must believe in the spirit as Yahweh Shai was raised up. That the possibility is there for King Mashah to be raised up, or King David to be raised up. Salaki. Right. Okay, you got it, bro.
This is where land back off that point, because this is the tabernacle of David is spiritual, it's being built spiritually. All right, the different brothers you see coming together, waking up to this truth. All right, teaching this doctrine, laboring. That's the house of David coming together, man.
That's right.
This is 1 Peter 2 and 5. It says, "Ye also, as lively stones, are built up a spiritual house." You see that? So it's like each brother is a particular stone in this temple, in this building, man. Now you gotta remember what Yahushua say. He told Peter, "Well, upon this rock, I will build my church." Going into that temple, man. All right, and a rock is basically a stone. So Peter has to be a part of that structure, man. Which that goes into what Peter also being King David, man.
Mm-hmm.
So he was always there. He was always a part of that building process, man.
Mm-hmm.
So if he was part of it back then, how much more now when it's when we basically at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "You also, as lively stones," verse 5, "are built up a spiritual house and holy priesthood to offer up spiritual sacrifices acceptable to the Most High by Yahushua."
That's it, bro.
You see, so everything is all spiritual, man. As the brother mentioned, you got a physical king, which is King David. You got a spiritual king, which is Yahushua, man.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to be joined together, and we're going to dominate the planet Earth and through righteousness in the Holy Spirit. But we're going to be in the flesh and in the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So all of these things, everything that's happening on the planet Earth is leading up unto that point. So we have to spiritually be able to understand what Yahweh Shema Shai is telling us in these times, because times change. Okay. Now we're going into, we're in the year of Karagma, so the microchip is hot. Okay. They producing the microchip, they pushing that thing out, man. Okay. So as we see these things coming, we got to understand, okay, the hour of temptation is there. But Yahweh Shema Shai said, "There have no temptation taken you, such as is common to men, but the Lord will make a way to get out or escape." Okay? So the Lord is bringing all of this stuff together, all to lead down the road of us being connected to King David and Yahweh Shai to rule the planet Earth. Okay? And I got a quick precept I want to get real quick. This is Psalms 89, and it's Psalms 89:3. It says, matter of fact, I'm started 2. It says, "For I have said, mercy shall be built up forever. Thy faithfulness shalt thou establish in the very heavens. I have made a covenant with my chosen. I have sworn unto David my servant. Thy seed will I establish forever and build up thy throne to all generations." Selah. Okay? That's prophecy, man. Okay? And we seen King Mashal, we've seen High Priest Ariah, the High Priest or Elder Yaiqua, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramlab, Apostle Rakar, Elder Manatazah, Elder Ainab, Elder Ayathan, all the elders, Elder Tazadak. We see all of them, establishing, what we have today. They established that in the spirit for us to be able to eat and drink of the spirit in these times.
Right. Yep.
So that promise, that covenant that was made with David is carrying out right now in the spirit. Okay. So we have to understand how this thing came about, and we have to be thankful. We have to be grateful. We have to be humble behind the opportunity that Yahweh Shema Shai has given us to be able to build upon the tabernacle of David. And by us building upon the tabernacle of David, then the Lord will actually join us with King David. We'll actually have a chance to meet him, to see him. Okay?
That's right.
But you got to believe that in the spirit before anything. Okay? Before you could say that Yahweh Shai is the Savior, you got to believe it. That's why he asked Peter that.
That's right.
Because before he could say it, he had to believe it in his spirit. So before you can declare, King Mashal being King David, or being risen up, or all of these prophecies, you got to believe them in order to say them. Okay? In order to believe that America is going to be destroyed by missiles, in order for you to say that or declare that America's going to be destroyed by missiles, you got to believe it.
Yeah, believe it. That's
right. Right.
You know, and that's the power of faith. The power of faith works miracles, man. Okay. And by us being able to labor, you know, abundantly in these latter times by the foundations that the men before us have built, that goes to show that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai is holding that promise that he wrote in Psalms, the 89th chapter with David.
That's right.
Just by the fruit that you see, all the other Akim around the four corners of the earth that's being raised up to help build the tabernacle of David, that is Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai coming through on his end of the deal, man. So what makes you think that the Lord won't raise up David, man?
That's right.
Which the word David in the Hebrew is Dawadah or Dawad, which means beloved.
Beloved, that's
right. Yeah.
Okay, which David, he represents Israel, man. All right, because here it is, he is a man of the Lord's heart. He was beloved of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, as Israel is beloved of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai. But what did he do? You know, he was a righteous man, but he went off. But the Lord did what? He had mercy on him. So David's life, David's walk was symbolic of the nation of Israel, the elect. It's the same storyline. Okay, we beloved of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, but we go off, but the Lord won't have mercy on us. Okay,
yep.
That's why it's the tabernacle of David. Okay,
and he was he was an underdog too. It's like the elect are underdogs. You know, when who was that? Samuel.
Yeah.
With basically the Lord told him to search out the next king. He thought King David's brothers was more suitable.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tall, you know, they had to probably, you know, muscles and stuff. But he's like, nah, I ain't choosing them. You know, basically the one that you wasn't even thinking of, man. That's it. And that's basically, like you said, that's the storyline of the elect. The ones that you do not think of or think to be of anything. These are going to be the men to rule the world to come, man.
That's right.
Count it out.
Yeah, you count it out. Hey, and what did David do? David killed a giant. Yep. Goliath. He was a stripling.
Yep.
Saw thousands, David tens of thousands.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one war where King David slaughtered over 22,000 Philistines, man. All right. In one day.
That's right.
And we talking about 144,000 King Davids, man, in that latter day, man. Okay, so this thing is going to be beautiful. Yeah. Hey, the Lord may very well raise up King David in the latter times to get busy one more time, man, like he used to back in the day. Yeah, on the battlefield, get busy out there, man. Because I'm gonna hit you with this, man. King David was a mighty man. He got busy. He was probably a sight to see on that battlefield, man. Yeah. Hey, shalom to all the brothers on the comment board. Y'all watching outside. Shalom, man. Shalom, brothers. You know,
I had something real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
You know, going to this topic is a deep topic, but it's only revealed to certain. It really is only revealed to us, man. You know, us brothers on the comment board.
Yeah.
You know, it's only revealed to a few, man.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 25 and 14. It says, let's see. It says, the secret of the Lord is with them that fear him, and he will show them his covenant. You see? Yeah. So the ones that fear the Lord, all right, that fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the Lord's going and trust them to reveal his secrets, man. Okay, one of the secrets is who's King David, who's Joshua the high priest, that all different men and prophecies. It's only revealed to a few, man. You got Christians that have been reading, probably read Jack Boy. They don't read the Old Testament, but yeah, son maybe read that scripture and have no clue what that's talking about. How Joshua,
right?
Satan that's right here,
right?
It's Rubabel. What is this talking about? But we get it, man. That's right. It's only revealed to only certain souls, man. That's right, brother. That's pretty much it.
Got some.
Come ahead.
It's Ezekiel 37 and 21.
Oh yeah.
And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will make the children of Israel behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all. And they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms anymore at all.
Yeah, because, you know, when you go back into the kingdom of David, in the kingdom of David, it was all 12 tribes. It wasn't divided. Okay? It was after King Solomon, through Rehoboam, which was King Solomon's son, and Jeroboam, that the kingdom split. Okay? So when the Lord brings back the tabernacle of David up under King David and Yahushua, then it's not going to be a split in Israel no more, man. All right? Issachar ain't going to be looking at you sideways no more. Judah ain't going to be beefing with Issachar. You know, Ephraim and Simeon ain't going to have no rivals over who island is the best.
Right.
All right? Haitians and Jamaicans ain't going to have no type of beef. Everybody's going to be on one accord and one spirit, in the spirit of brotherly love, righteousness, just festive, lively, you know, just trendy. You know, in the kingdom of heaven, brothers is going to be trendy as hell, man.
Saucy.
Sauced up, man. Setting all kind of trends, bro. You know, just live, just lit, you know, just you know, just wisdom, just knows things. That the conversations in the kingdom of heaven is going to be unlike anything you never imagined, man. Because the scriptures tell you in Revelation, the 11th chapter, it says that that knowledge shall cover the earth like the waters cover the sea. You know, so even the conversations amongst brothers in the kingdom of heaven is going to be unimaginable, man. Okay, so everything is going to come back together when Yahushua sets up that throne. All right, King David is coming back, man, through the Spirit. Okay,
it's a little bit more. And I will make them 23. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power. Here's the point. And David, my servant, shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them.
That's right. All right. So King David is the one whom Yahushua is going to appoint over the nation of Israel. Okay. And notice when you read Revelation, the 21st chapter, it said the 12 holy apostles' names was written on the gate. Well, I tell you what, I guarantee you that Peter's name was on that gate. Which Peter is who? King David. Okay? Yeah. So this thing is special, man. All right. The Lord has built a foundation upon particular men that were here before we was even on the scene, that we got to show reverence to, because these men play a very important role in prophecy, in establishment, man. Okay? That's why it behooves us that came about in the age of awakening, the YouTube period, 2007 and on forward. It behooves us to give credence to those that built the foundation for us to do what we're doing, man. Okay, and that's why we must always be in that spirit of humility, like David. Yep. Okay, David was humble as hell, man. When you read the account after they had took down, they got the Ark of the Covenant back. You read the account when they got the Ark of the Covenant back, and they had a big gathering. They said King David was just dancing. He was making he said everybody get a flagon of wine and a piece of cake. You know, he was dancing with people. He was joyous, man. He was humble. He wasn't, it was like, nah, man, I ain't going in that mess. But he was probably dancing with little kids, having, just life of the party, man.
Yeah.
Hey, well, that's how we gotta be. We gotta be in that real humble state, man. We can't be in that goody two-shoes spirit, because Moses, which is King David as well, said he was the meekest of the earth. Yeah. That's right. And these are the those that established what we speak, man. So what more us? Yep. What more us in these times, man? We got to understand the men whom Yahweh Bashim Shah placed around us, and we got to treat them with care, with love, and with comfort, so that the Lord will bless the fruits of our lips to increase the building upon the tabernacle of David. Because if King David was meek, then what make you think he gonna want some proud ass dude working on something that he established?
Right.
Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, right.
Why would he want some? Why would he hire some, you know, prideful, you know, conceited, arrogant prick on something that he started?
Yep.
When he was the most humble, you know. So that goes to show you that, hey, we're gonna build on the tabernacle of David. It ain't just about building. We got to build it the right way. Okay?
Yeah.
Work out your own, when the scripture say work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, that's not a scripture that promotes you being disorderly. Well, I gotta do what I gotta do for me to get saved. So, you know, I'm just doing my own. No, man, you gotta move according to the guidelines of the scriptures.
That's right. You
gotta build properly. The scriptures tell you that in Romans, was that 1 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter. Let every man take heed thereupon how he buildeth. Man.
Yeah.
All right.
1 Corinthians 3. Yeah.
So you got to give a concerted effort on how you're building. Okay.
That's right.
Because we're building an everlasting kingdom through the Spirit. So you gotta be delicate and real careful on how you build it, because you ain't building it carnally. It's spiritual. So now you got to take your time with the spirits of the brothers, because they make up the tabernacle of David.
Yep.
And King David and Yahweh Shai is watching it all, man.
That's right.
You know, yeah, they're like the managers over the project.
Yeah.
You know, anybody who's not on code, you know, building it according to the blueprint, man, you're gonna get fired, man. Mm-hmm. You know, like you mentioned, the dudes that's just proud. You know, that's all about you know, their own pleasure or their own will. You know, hey, you're gonna eventually man's gonna come. You're gonna check your work, what you've been doing. All right, man, you can go, man. But you ain't, you know, you ain't doing it right, man. Mm-hmm. You know,
that's right, bro. That's right. You
we get that.
Yeah, something.
Yeah, I can get that.
Okay.
That's Zechariah 4. This is Zechariah 4. I'm gonna start at get right to the point. Verse 8. It says, "Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, the hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house."
Woo! Got it, bro. Man.
Yeah. The hands of Zerubbabel, man, which we already went through. You got Moses, Zerubbabel, King David, and Peter. They all one and the same. They're the same souls coming back on the earth, man. All right, and his hands have laid the foundation. All right, so it says, which also goes into that's how you know he's Peter. You know, we quoted earlier, upon this rock will I build my church, man. The gates of hell shall not prevail against it. Right. It says the hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house. His hands, which through the who started the old school? It was King Masha, Abba Bivens, High Priest Yaquab, and High Priest Ariyah, man. They were the founding members, all right, of the old school. So it says his hands. Let me read again. It says the hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of his house. His hands also, or it's like his hands shall also finish it.
Yeah, which, like what the brother says, Zerubbabel, you know, being King David in the reincarnation, being King Masha in the reincarnation,
right.
It says he shall finish it. Okay? So the Lord could very well raise up King David to finish what he started.
Yeah, that's
just clear as day.
Yeah, that should make you think, like, damn, like, so that's why we posed the question, like, damn, well, is he going to manifest in the flesh, like, yeah, this year or something? Cause we know we close. You know, the Spirit God Apostle Hart said he believed the elect is already sealed. It's just a matter of time for prophecies to roll out. Yeah, so is he going to be in that equation somewhere where, all right, we know, you know, it's sealed, and you know he's going to finish whatever portion has to be accomplished, man.
That's right. Hey, one thing about it was that spirit of King David, which was Moses, Zerubbabel, so on and so forth. They was always there, building, hands on. Whether it was Peter, whether it was Moses, they was always there when it was hands-on in the reincarnation. All right, so the scriptures say that he shall finish it. Okay, so it's left to be determined how the Spirit is going to bring that about. But just know in the Spirit that it's written there and it's written for our learning. And a lot of things are spiritually discerned through the spirit of faith. So so we got to get more in that spirit, the spirituality of it, man.
That's right.
Okay, because there wasn't a scripture or a text on how the disciples were to perform spiritual powers. They had to, it was spiritually discern how to heal the blind, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, you know, walk on water, cast out devils, you know, so on and so forth. Those are the things that are spiritually discerned through faith. And that's where certain scriptures that you have to read through the lenses of faith. And certain things you won't perceive it because your faith ain't built up. You gotta, we gotta be walking in this thing and building up our faith. Matter of fact, give me Romans 1:17, and I will get one more precept and wrap it up. Brothers ain't have nothing. You know, it's getting. You said Romans what? Romans 1:17. All right, because if you want to understand the scriptures, then you got to increase. You got to increase your faith. Whoever get there first, it don't matter.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, okay.
It's Romans 1:17. It says, for therein is the righteousness of the Most High revealed from faith to faith. All right. So if you want to understand the writings of the scriptures, the meaty scriptures and the things that require spiritual discernment, you got to get your faith up, because that's the only way that Yahweh Bashim Shai reveals these things. Right. The Lord revealed unto Peter that Yahweh Shai was the Son of Man. Why? Because he had faith. Peter walked on water because why? Because he had faith. His faith was up there. Yep. Okay. So that's why a lot of guys trip up on certain things that's spiritual, because they don't fully believe. That's why the scriptures say, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. Okay. And that spirit of faith only comes through Yahweh Bashim Shai. It is a gift. Like it tells you that in Ephesians, the 2nd chapter. It say it is a gift that is given to you. All right. So we have to do the things that's pleasing unto Yahweh Bashim Shai to receive that gift of faith, to unlock the things that needs to be spiritually discerned in these latter times. So this is heavyweight business we involved with, man. This ain't just a thing where that's a 2/3 nigga. The hell with that, man. Whatever. That's a nigga. That's an Edomite. That's a nigga woman, and that's it. Like, no. This truth, the well weren't running way deeper than you know, being able to. That's just a nigga, man. That's worried about that.
Right.
Fresh off. Nigga, man. Worried about that shit, man. Yeah. Like, no, you gotta have spiritual discernment, man. Yep. Hey, boy, in the time of Jacob's trouble, you know, you might have to heal a woman. Which is that's a nigga woman. That's a goddamn nigga woman, man. Right. Yeah. And it was an older woman that grabbed the skirt of Yahweh Shai. He said, thy faith have made thee whole in this day. You know? Yep. That's right. So this thing is hey, the Lord performed a miracle on the Roman centurion. In Matthew the 8th chapter, where he said he wanted, I think he had somebody that needed to be healed at his house, and Yahweh Shai was going to come into the house, but he said, I'm not worthy for you to step into my doors. Yeah. And what did Yahweh Shai? He said, I have not seen no greater faith in the earth. Yep. So that's a cop. That's a bald-head nigga cop, donut eating nigga. No, you can't be like that, man. All right, you have to spiritually discern certain things in these latter times, and one of the things that got to be spiritually discerned is how much do you really believe that the Lord will raise up our King? Okay, so I'm gonna get this. You have more?
I finished this verse. It's Romans 1:17. It says, for therein is the righteousness of the Most High revealed from faith to faith, as it is written, the just shall live by faith. You know. Yeah, so hey, that's how we're gonna live. That's how we're gonna abide in these last days, and it's through our faith. You know, not through the will of the flesh. You know, it's through the faith and belief in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai and these scriptures, man. You know, that's how we're gonna conquer. You know, how we're gonna overcome. It's through our belief in this truth, man.
That's it, bro. You know? This is Psalms chapter 132, verse 11. It said, the Lord have sworn in truth unto David, he will not turn from it. Of the fruit of thy body will I set up thy throne. All right. So the Lord is using the fruit that was established by the men that came before us to come through on his promise. Okay. So this thing that we have is very special, man. All right. From the brothers to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the apostles, everything is to be cherished and to be highly esteemed. All right. Because we dealing in an area where these opportunities that we have are limited to the world. Yeah. Everybody does not have access to be able to actually see a video of King David. We can see a video of King Masha speaking, teaching. Exactly. Certain people in the world right now don't even know that that's available.
Right. That's crazy.
You know, let alone watch the brothers on YouTube, be around certain men that have the spirit of Hamashiach Yahushua, that carry themselves in like manner, that treat you with love and respect, that put their life on the line week in and week out, wholeheartedly. Those opportunities are not available to the world. Only a few good men have that opportunity, and these opportunities must be cherished. Okay? Because the Lord is using the fruit of the tabernacle of David to establish the throne until the generations forever. That's right. So this is special, man. This is special, man. You had anything, bro?
No, that was
time. So I just want to say, I'm gonna check the comment board real quick. I know bros was just dropping them in there, man. Hey, man, from KDC, GMS Enduring Branch, Elder Yashawamba, GMS Sharmouth, Tampa, Seal the Elect, 144,000, Yasha Allah, GMS, was it Bunyam, Marar? Oh, Marar, okay. All of you brothers, Cleveland. Hey, man, Tawada, man. Sincerely, Tawada for chiming in, and we pray that it was edifying. Y'all brothers keep pushing and just hope and believe that these prophecies is going to come to pass, man. And we're going to seek King David. We're going to seek Yahushua in these latter times. We're going to put our best foot forward, no matter the circumstances, what befalls us as individuals or as a body. And we're going to keep pushing to the throne of Yahushua and King David is established, man, on earth. So with that, love you, brothers. Hopefully it was edifying. We'll give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh. All right, double honors to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone. Once again, peace, safety, much love to the elect men, women, and children. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.